Okay, the difference between a semicolon and a comma is very distinct, and I'm not gonna lie, I actually really love semicolons, so I'm a little excited. Semicolons are kind of viewed as like the weak period because you use it if you could also use a period, but you use a comma if the two parts of the sentence can't stand on their own. So a comma cannot be replaced by a period. For example, I went to the beach. I liked it there. That would be a semicolon because those are two separate thoughts. It could be two separate sentences. The semicolon could be a period. But if the thoughts are joined with an and, but, yet, something like that, that's when you use a comma. So like if you said, I went to the beach and I liked it there, you have to use a comma because those are two conjoined sentences and you shouldn't start a sentence with and. I mean, you can start a sentence with a conjunction if you're doing it for comedic effect or whatever, although it's not technically proper grammar. Also, I went to the beach and I liked it there doesn't need a comma, but if you were to use punctuation, it would be a comma. Another way to frame it, if that didn't make sense to you, sentences are typically made out of independent and dependent clauses. If you have two independent clauses, meaning they can both stand on their own as separate sentences, semicolon. But if the second clause is a dependent clause, meaning it can't stand on its own because it starts with a conjunction like and, but, etc., then you use a comma.